From our last video we posted about our 5-month update moving to the Philippines, we've gotten more questions.
A lot of questions.
About what do we do for a living? How are we so young? How are we able to afford moving abroad? What are we doing for health insurance, especially with having 2 toddlers?
Do you guys get a car? How does Grab work here?
Here we go. We have 2 income sources. The first one is that we own a property management business in Las Vegas. The second source of income that we have is we have rental properties in Las Vegas, and
mostly in Las Vegas. Mostly.
Yes.
We have one that's out of state,
and we manage that abroad.
So managing all those properties could be a little bit challenging with the time difference. So for example, if it's 6 a.m. in the Philippines, it's around 2 p.m. in the US, Las Vegas time. So therefore, first thing we typically do is when we wake up in the morning is to check our messages and our emails to make sure, because essentially we're 6 or 7 hours behind schedule already.
For our rental properties, the way we manage them abroad is by using a team. So after being landlords for several years now, we have a team of people that help us manage our rental properties. So we have a handyman, we have a plumber, electrician.
All the trades you can possibly need.
Right.
Because we've been doing this more than several years. We've been doing this almost a decade.
Every time a tenant has a concern, an issue, something breaks down, they reach out to us, and then we go ahead and message the trade that we need. And because we've worked with them for so long, we've established a relationship. We trust them, we know them, and they always charge us a fair price for the work that they do, and then they bill us for the services, and then that's how we're able to take care of everything abroad. Yeah. In addition to that, everything that we do is automatic. All of our payments that we receive are all on auto pay.
Yeah, we're not your slumlords. We make sure that all the properties we own is properties that we can imagine ourselves living in. Right. So that's the kind of condition we keep it. Mm-hmm. But 90% of the calls we get is for our handyman. Yes. Our handyman, his name is Tim the handyman. Yeah. We've known him for over 12, 13 years now. So he's literally our right hand. 90% of the calls we get is simple stuff. So we haven't had any big issues, knock on wood, as of yet. We make sure in our budget we set up like a CapEx expense. So CapEx is for a big issue that comes up in the property, such as a new roof, a new washer and dryer, something big, something with a higher dollar amount. And we set aside X dollar amount for that. Our communication with the tenant is really, really good. So if there's any issues, they don't hesitate to reach out to us. And that's a relationship we build with our tenant. Right. I would say on average, our tenants stay 5 to 7 years.
To transition us from managing the properties there in Vegas to managing the properties abroad, what we did was we tried to prepare for the move. And part of the preparation was making sure that we renewed all of the leases ahead of time, so that they don't, there's no lapse while we're here, and we're not having to hustle trying to find a new tenant. So a lot of our tenants are renewed all the way until about
27.
So
2027.
So it won't be an issue finding a tenant until then. Of course, things can still happen. For the most part, we try to prepare for as much as we can, so that way managing them abroad is a lot easier. But a lot of you guys had questions about what exactly is property management entail?
Property management on us managing other people's property. That entails a client or homeowner, a property owner, reaching out to us and saying, hey, I need help managing the property. They'll reach out to me and I'll do a consultation with them. But essentially the owners build a relationship with us. We do essentially 100% on managing the property, finding the tenant, making sure that there's no issues in the property. If issues do come up, reaching out to a handyman to take care of those issues. But those are not our own properties. Those are other people's properties. Instead of the small one, the medium. So the properties that we do manage as clients, right? Most of those properties, we're very particular on the ones we get, whether it's the property or the owner. For example, our average rent is about $2,200 on these properties. Our highest rent is, I think, 3,800 for the properties, again, that we manage that we do not own. We're very particular, again, because we want to make sure that owners are not slumlords and that they're aware that the property has to stay top notch. If the owner is against us fixing things or renovating something, then we honestly don't take those owners and properties, because we want to make sure that we're giving a good property to the next tenant living in that property. So we're a smaller boutique type property manager. We don't accept everybody whatsoever. I would say, I think right before we left, we turned down, I think, 6 properties to manage because they just didn't meet what we look for in properties that we do manage. We got a cheesy roll. It's cold, so yeah, they didn't heat this up.
But it's good.
Yeah, but not. Yeah.
I kind of like it cold. I don't know, I like it cold. For 2 drinks and a pastry, we paid 462 pesos.
162. That's under $9.
Okay, so another question we often get asked is health insurance. What are we doing for health insurance, especially with having 2 toddlers? In the U.S., we had purchased insurance through the health exchange. We were paying about $1,400 a month for all 4 of us.
Crazy expensive.
It is expensive. That was full coverage though, inpatient, outpatient. It had a 20% co-insurance with, I believe it was a $1,500 deductible.
Oh, side note, the reason we were doing the exchange is because we're self-employed.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 1099, not W-2.
Yeah, so we don't have the benefits that you would get working as a W-2 employee, right? When we first got to the Philippines, we kept our insurance just in case we decided that it wasn't going to work for us. And once we decided we were going to stay here, we canceled the insurance policy. Pretty much have 2 options. You could do an international health insurance coverage, which is very expensive, or you could do local insurance. But what we found out, or at least what we've heard, is that the companies here, the hospitals, the medical care system here, you pay cash and then you bill the insurance yourself. So for now, what we're doing is we're taking the money that we would have spent on the insurance in the US, we're taking that money and we're just allocating that towards our savings so that if something does happen, any medical issues come up, then we have the funds for it until we figure out the health insurance policies here and how they work. One of our options that we've looked into is potentially just getting health insurance for inpatient only. Mm-hmm. That seems to be common here.
Yeah.
And what we've been told is it's fairly affordable. So we're still trying to figure that out. But for now, that's the option that we went with.
So another question we get is, did you guys get a car? How does Grab work here? So Grab, if you guys don't know, it's like Uber and Lyft, except it's called Grab here, which is not the best name for a car service. But Grab here is way, way, way more affordable than it is back in the States. For example, we spent, I think, October, when we were doing our budget, October we spent less than $70 for the entire month on Grab. So $70 is typically what we pay for our gas. Also here, we're saving on having a parking space because a parking space is around $5,000 to $6,000 a month.
5,000 to 6,000 pesos, so that's like about $80 to $100.
Yeah.
You'd have to pay for parking for 1 parking spot. So that's a huge amount of savings. Now, of course, it's not going to work for everyone because we live in BGC. It's very walkable here. Everything that we do, grocery shopping, activities, going for a walk, pool, everything is within walking distance. So for us, we don't need a car to be able to get around here in BGC. If we do need a car, it's when we go outside of BGC.
On our trips, like we went to Manila Bay.
Yeah.
So Manila Bay is about 45 minutes from where we're at. We spent $12 for that ride. So $12 there, $12 back, so it's $24 we spent round trip to go there.
Also, you haven't even said the best part. somebody else is driving for us. So
Yeah.
we don't have to worry about driving. We don't have to stress out about the traffic. We don't have to, we could just relax.
Yeah,
we
we're
could
just
take
chilling.
a nap.
Because
Right?
plus, we don't want to drive here anyway because
Yeah.
it's kind of hectic to drive here. My truck itself, every time I fill up, was like $70 to $80 every 2 or 3 weeks. So that's super expensive.
Yeah.
Again, so gas, insurance, maintenance,
Yeah.
oil change, and all that stuff,
And
right?
then car registration.
Our registration. Yours was like $1,200 a year in your registration.
Yeah.
Mine was like $700. Now we're paying less than $70. And in most months, we're probably closer to $50 because we don't go out on trips or vacations every month.
Right.
So just staying around here.
And even just staying around here, we went to Ortigas, the mall, and then we also went to Makati, the green belt or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that, just to take Grab, it's only a few dollars.
Yeah, it was
It's
literally
not
like
very
$4.
expensive. Right. So honestly, we're able to save in that regard. So it's been great.
Yeah. So another question we get is, you guys are so young. Well, thank you. That's a compliment. We're doing this journey, adventure, whatever you want to call it. We don't know what really to call it either.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. We're young and we're doing it now is because life can take a turn at any moment. Right. So, and our kids are young. They're more flexible to travel and do stuff. And also, too, we started our journey to real estate when we were young. So we are able to afford this lifestyle because we started young.
Yeah, we've always been frugal by nature. With both of us having the same financial mindset, we kind of just were frugal, we saved, we invested. And now, fast forward like a decade later.
20 years later, really.
Yeah, it's been, now we're in a position where, you know what, we have kids. Everybody all around us is getting older. Everybody around us is getting sick. And we're realizing that when are you going to live? When are you going to get to enjoy life, right?
So in general, we're probably spending the same amount. It's just the quality of life is way better. The dollar amount that we just said that we spend on our insurance and our registration and our gas in our car is going towards the kids' activities, the kids' school, our coffee, right? So we're living a more, I guess, more fulfilled life.
Yes, that's right.
So it's just, again, money-wise or financially, it's pretty much the same. But not to complain too much, our life was good in Las Vegas and the U.S., but it wasn't fulfilling. And we don't want that. We want our kids to have the fulfilling life, the adventures.
Yes.
We were just talking the other day. We've been to more indoor parks, activities in the past 5 months or 6 months here than we did back home for like 2 years. It's like the movie The Truman Show where everything's on repeat, right? Your Monday to Sunday is the same.
Right.
Here, we always say that a grocery run is that it could be an adventure. We just never know what the day holds. Yeah, we plan to go to the store, we end up somewhere else. And that's what our life is here now. So we still have a schedule. It's still schedule oriented, but it's so different now. And again, fulfilled is probably the word that describes
the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, with that said, thanks for watching and subscribe to follow our journey.